All right, so today we are talking about um, Building4Health Inc., these TSI air assure monitors. And I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Stephanie Taylor, who has been so patient with me, even though she sent me these like quite a while ago. I love having you on the tag and as a collaborator and partner in that. So thank you, and thank you for your patience with me. Stephanie is great. She's a physician and has a master's in architecture. So a lot of interesting background research on and knowledge on physiology and effects on human health from interactions of indoor air quality contaminants. I became familiar with her years ago because she's also an ASHRAE distinguished lecturer. And yeah, they're doing some really cool stuff with the intersection of research and technology and continuous monitoring in buildings. So they were kind enough to send, in addition to this, we have a sample product in one of our other offices. So we've been able to get into the dashboard, and I'll show a little bit of that today as well. So beyond just the product itself, which is a brand you might already recognize. They don't have their own device, quote unquote, but what makes it really interesting, the data behind it and the interactions of the inputs in terms of the algorithms and the health outcomes that come along with that, and the chemical interactions of contaminants in our indoor spaces, which we are really literally scraping the surface on in terms of knowledge on certainly on the construction and design side of things. On the research side, there's a little bit more knowledge, but we need to bridge that gap a little bit better at the industry. So this device actually is the TSI Air Assure. Probably they have options for 2 gas, 4 gas, and 6 gas models, and those are the contaminants that the device will monitor in addition to temperature, relative humidity. Other things in this box include a variety of adapters, because this thing can be hardwired or battery powered, as I understand. AC power adapter to go with all those adapter plugs. There's a USB-C cord here. There's a adapter for the back for BAS input. There's a little level. That's fun. There are also command strips. So that's it. That's what's in the box. Let's get this thing powered up and plugged in and set up. So it's kind of a 4-step process to this thing. And what we're really talking about is a software platform. So there is the technology, the hardware component, the measurement of the sensors. Then that data is taken to this online platform where these algorithms synthesize that, look at the interactions between contaminants in the indoor environment and across the building, kind of in real time, depending on how many monitors are in place. Then there's a communications methodology that happens internally to generate like a health score. And then there is intended to be this kind of remediation effect within the platform of like, well, what do you do or what do you need to know? And like a lot of these monitors, there's a range of scores you can get. So there's like everything. I think there's 4 score ranges from hazardous to excellent, and a couple in between there. It's a 0 to 100 equivalency score, and looks at these different vital signs within the platform. Okay, so when we're talking about these interrelationships of all these indoor contaminants, this is really this kind of 1, 2, 3, the first 3 parts of that process visualized. So here's all the contaminants on the left that this monitor is taking in: relative humidity, temperature, particulate matter, sizes 1, 2.5, and 10, total volatile organic compounds, TVOCs, ozone, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Then data processing, relationships, background, research, interactions, software, physiological consequences is an overlay on that, and that's how they get to the health impact score of the product. Okay, so here we are, it's another day, and I think a different flannel shirt, and I'm finally gonna get this thing online on the dashboard, so I'm really excited about that. Let's check it out here on the screen. Okay, so I was provided with a login for the site from my friends at Building4Health. It's part of, this is a service, it's not just a hardware solution, so they provide all that and help you get set up. Once you log in here, there is a limitation of liability, which is great to read. I have read all of it already, and we'll go ahead and submit there. Also, plug for LastPass. That's a great add-on if you're not using a password manager. Okay, so here is the branch pattern office. There's an outdoor ambient score, indoor health rating, and this is that 0 to 100. So we can see here there's different scores for thermal, particulate gases, and then a little alert. Let's see what that is. It's data. Woo! So this is the stuff I get excited about. That was real. That was real excitement. I'm just, I'm in an office, so I'm trying to tamp it down a little bit. The building summary graph is here. You can play with this dashboard a little bit and get more specific on what metrics you want to see where. This is the actual device serial number. You can customize location, assume you have these throughout a building or many buildings, then you can dashboard these across your portfolio. And there are map views and reports. There's a Tableau screen, so let's check some of this out here. Okay, over here on the building health history score, you can check your health score history over time. Since this has only been functional for a few weeks, we'll see how much range, but they have these pre-made ranges you can apply. So this thing came online right around here, let's say, and then you can see some variations in the score on a weekly average basis. And if we change here, we can look at just last week. So this is a daily basis. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and those average scores. There's an indicator, obviously, on this chart. You can see 0 to 25, bad, 25 to 50, fine, 50 to 75, good, and 75 to 100, great. Right now, you can see also these color codings are associated with the particle rating, gas rating, and thermal rating. So outdoor air, not doing great. Might have to check one of my outdoor monitors as a result of this. Stay tuned for a future video on the topic of outdoor air monitors and Building4Health. So that's coming up next. Okay. So obviously the thermal rating is the thing that's not doing excellent here. So let's look into that a little bit more. If we get down here to alerts, it's given a moderate. You can expand on that, and it's saying turn on the humidifier if available, or lower the temperature to return relative humidity between 40 to 60. So let's see what our relative humidity is now. Your sensor history, overall score, thermal, particle, gas. I wonder if I can get into the thermal in a little bit more specificity. I can see from another monitor here on my desk that the relative humidity in here is 25%, so not excellent. If we go to sensor data here, this might be interesting. So here's the actual data. So today is the 22nd. We're looking at current-ish time.
again, I'll have to change the location here to get it to show, but CO2 showing 462, carbon monoxide low, nitrogen dioxide, ozone, particulate matter, pressure, relative humidity. This is showing 16, so I can see why we're getting an alert here. Temperature is 72. It's fall in Nebraska. And TVOC's low here. That's good. Also interesting because some of our other monitors are showing a little bit higher TVOC range. So that's some more comparison. I mean, it's not different than other results I've seen in the past. There's some variability across that metric, but it'll be interesting to compare. So here's the general dashboard. You can export the data and analyze it. High level functionality. Oh, we didn't do Tableau. Let's do that. That's good. So here's enterprise report in Tableau. User count, sensor count, branch pattern office, raw data ratings. Let's see here. Here's a chart. So we got the B4H score trending up, trending down, and then this looks like gases, and here's particulate matter. You can change days. So if we go to yesterday, you can filter by indoor and outdoor sensors. This will be interesting once we get our outdoor sensor on. And sensor comparison. Outdoor and TBD. Let me check the number here again. PM1, PM2.5. So here's that little bit more detailed of that chart. We wanted to look at relative humidity since that seems to be our metric of concern. Here's the outdoor relative humidity, which again is relative to the temperature, so it makes sense that this is all over the place. But I could just focus in specifically on the indoor or the outdoor if I wanted to. And or filter that outdoor out, and this will reload here. So let's see if I wanted to change start date to, we'll look at a couple weeks worth of data. There's a trend, more interesting metrics, TVOC, and that keeps that same date range when you go across the tabs, which is nice. Check particulate matter, look outdoor, we had some PM stuff going on here. Here's PM 2.5. Indoor, outdoor, so good job filtration. What else would be interesting here? Nitrogen dioxide. Don't have an outdoor because our actual outdoor monitor is not installed yet. This is the other outdoor data I assume is coming from a local weather station or something similar. So let's see what else we have in here. Vital signs comparison. Main dashboard, average, B4H DX. So there's a little bit of interpretation that goes into this, and I feel like the consulting piece of this monitor is pretty critical because most users likely would not be comfortable getting in here on their own and sorting through some of this data. So I could see there, especially Tableau. I mean, there's a lot of layers to this. There's Tableau. There's all of the specific metrics, there's the overall score and what does that mean, and there's some things in here that help with the color coding and diagnostic reports and things like that, which I'm sure you can automate, and those are all things you could probably talk through specifically with the Building4Health folks. Okay, so here's alerts. There's that score, and the start date, end date, severity, ratings, we looked at that. We looked at the raw data. I don't think we yet looked at raw data with selection. Let's see what we got there. Oh, here we go. This is kind of fun. So you could filter that a little bit more. And there's back to sensor comparison. I think this raw data here is interesting. So take a look at that one a little bit more from over the course of a month-ish, a few weeks. So here we have PM 2.5, PM 10, PM 4, and PM 1 all overlaid. So that's really interesting. There's a spike here. And then average CO2 looks like daily average CO2, which is interesting too. And you can expand any of these charts too. So if we wanted to look at nitrogen dioxide specifically for across that time scale, this is a really nice visual. I like this a lot. But if you didn't want to get into the data like this, you certainly wouldn't have to. So here's carbon monoxide, ozone, et cetera, et cetera. These are great. This is that raw data section under there. Okay, so that was a quick view of the dashboard. I'm going to get back with Stephanie and the folks at B4H or Building4Health. I'm going to confirm what they want to be called probably, and then figure out how to get the Denver office and the Omaha office sensors both showing up on the dashboard. Like I said, I'm going to follow up this video with a review and unboxing and showing the outdoor air monitor, which is also a TSI rebranded packaged product to go along with the indoor monitor, because I agree, and this is something Stephanie and I talk about a lot on the tag, that continuous outdoor monitoring is the next thing we're going to have to look at. Once we get continuous monitoring, we have to get continuous outdoor monitoring. There's things we can think about like IAQ, economizer type control modes, designing for indoor air quality using the indoor air quality procedure and some of the prescriptive ventilation rate procedure and ASHRAE standard 62, and all the cool stuff coming in the future of LEED and B5 development. So all that said, here's the Building4Health IAQ monitor. Reminder, this is just the AirAssure IAQ 8144 from TSI. It's the 6-gas model. And the thing that makes this really unique is the software and the algorithms and the research and the experience and the data that goes on largely behind the scenes, beyond the capabilities of just this as a product, but as a service. So something that we're going to continue to test. We're excited about it, and see you next time.